It seemed like, yeah, I totally forgot. I'm so excited, bro. I just started the joint and they ain't even go live and wondering why it's not showing up on the social media joints. But it seemed like you guys, man, just genuinely had so much fun. And at a time when what little bit of West Coast music that the rest of the world was getting a part of was, on that NWA gangster rap kind of tip. You guys were like a breath of fresh air for the music, for the energy that you guys brought, for the fun that you guys. I mean, you guys had some of the funnest videos, bro. Like every video was a party. So I can imagine every time y'all were on the stage, it was like a big party as well.
Yeah.
And the thing that I liked about it was that there was nobody before Digital Underground that did what you guys were doing. So you guys didn't say, "Oh, I got to come out and be like NWA," or "I got to come out and be like so on and so forth." You guys came out and you were just so original in everything that you did. Was that really important to you guys back then? The kind of like
what it was is that when we came out, we were in the Bay Area, coming out of Oakland, Berkeley, East Bay, and at the time I think you had Hammer, Too Short, Tony, and Vogue was coming out around the same time as us, right? So, that was on the scene. It was nobody to tell us how to do it. You know what I mean? Because everybody was just doing their own thing and had their own style. So basically, what we did, we were just being ourselves.
Yeah.
And what you saw was really how we were getting down. We all like to just have fun and peace and happiness. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. We got another dude that just popped in the back room, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up to the stage.
Young Hump.
Young Hump.
What's up with it, fellas? Sincere, Mr. Antoine. What up with it?
Hey, bro. Hey, Hump. It's so crazy because before I knew, I actually thought that you were Shock G's either twin brother or his son, literally. To see the mannerisms and everything that you have, even your rhyme pattern, you know what I mean? Like you're so, everything about you, man, is such the epitome of what we all remember. And on that note, man, I just want you guys, to like address the unfortunate passing, the unfortunate loss that we've had, of Shock G and what he meant to you guys individually and what he meant to just the whole Digital Underground movement.
Well, off top, let me also say, what up, Money B? What's up, guy?
Money B. Sound just like him.
Hey, by the way, do I have to censor my speech or can I speak?
Man. No,
okay, beautiful. Fuck hell yeah. All right. I was gonna say, yeah, man. I mean, shout out to Lee Scratch Perry. As you see, we representing for all the innovators, the Mount Rushmore brothers that devised and created whole feelings and movements that forever will resonate and echo through eternity. The beautiful brothers that we are, and the beautiful brothers, they forever always all will be. Man, I've been drinking a little bit, but I'm on point though. And I'm Shock G, man. He
what you got in your cup, Young Hump?
Oh, I'm over here off that fancy Whole Foods aisle 9 shit. I got that. You feel me? That Saeed Guarana shit. We ready? I'm over here. It's funny. I'm gonna watch that Cypress Hill documentary. Shout out to Big Brush. And I was like, let me get right first. I ain't smoking right now, but goddamn it, I'm gonna get right.
I'm gonna have to grab me something real quick.
Shout out to Cypress Hill for bigging up Money B on Drink Champs. And salute to you, Nori, and all everybody, and y'all brothers.
But I think we were. But hold on, let me just say real quick. We were talking about the loss of Shock G, right? And we, at least personally, I don't like to just dwell on the loss, but I like to remember and celebrate, what he did while he was here, and just kind of continue and carry on. And we believe the way that, he would want us to carry on. And, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of his birthday on the 25th, which is also officially Digital Underground Day in Oakland,
Oaktown.
You know, so we're gearing up to celebrate the life of Shock G and Digital Underground. That weekend though, this year we'll be celebrating in Tampa, Florida, where Shock's family is from and where he grew up. So I'm looking forward to getting back down to Tampa and just rocking out, man. Money B Young Hump style.
Did you guys at any point consider like disbanding and not doing Digital Underground stuff anymore once he passed? You know, similar to the way that, you know, when Jam Master Jay passed away, they said we're not doing any more Run DMC music. Did you guys ever consider?
Never, because it wasn't, you know, since 2015, me and Young Hump has been getting down ever since Shock G put us together.
7 years.
So we've been rocking for 7 years while Shock was on a, you know, self-imposed hiatus. He just wasn't, you know, he was just like, I'm gonna chill and do me for a little bit. You guys go out and rock. There was plans for a grand reunion where we got everybody there, you know, our entire collective back for like one big, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, that didn't come to pass. But, you know,
and that was planned for 2020, but we all seen all the multitudes of plans that didn't happen in 2020. That was one of those.
Right. So yeah, so I mean, what we were doing was already in motion, and you know, we were just, you know, we were keeping it lit for when Shock ever decided that he did want to come back. So.
And I'd like to add to what he's saying, but one thing that we did do is like when we performed the song I Get Around, you know, I used to rap that part, but ever since Shock passed, I let Mun know. I said, we're gonna let that, you know, we're gonna let Shock part play. And he was obviously in total agreement. So, you know, we retired that part for him.
Okay.
But yeah, man, Shock is out there partying with us, man. He's throwing all kinds of, he's hooking up, he's putting things in the spirit world together for brothers. It's beautiful, man. You know, Shock is still
for both sides. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And Pac up there doing it big, and they're looking down on us.
That's a fact.
So it seems like this was almost like a natural coming together for you guys, man. And it seems like, you know, it's just been fluid. You know, you guys are kind of have that synergy with each other. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, it was meant to be, basically. I can't even explain. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we two peas in an iPod. You know what I mean? We click like, you know, the hit it off famously, as they say. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful, man. And you know, a fun fact for all the viewers out there is Money B's a Virgo, Young Hump's a Virgo, Shock G is a Virgo, Sincere is a Virgo, Noriega and Nas are Virgos. You know what I mean?
Is a Virgo.
Mother Teresa's a Virgo. So was Caligula. So was Caligula. So we can go both ways. Well, they can go both ways. We don't go both ways. But you get what I'm saying.
So, hey, Sincere, you are the most silent co-host ever.
Yeah, come on in, son. Come on, son.
Look. That's Sincere. I'ma be Tommy Brown. I'm Buns. That's Sincere.
You know, that's crazy. That's actually how I got the moniker. Like my uncle, big homie, you know, he used to say, "Listen, man, I see you out here. You move a little smarter than everybody else, though." He said, "You just like Nas and Belly," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And it's stuck. But
yo, we're going to Africa, God.
You know what? I'm trying to go to Egypt. What's up, King?
Yo, I'm right there with you, man. We trying to get out there with Ashra Kwesi. You know, the brother that leads the is a brother that he's about like late 70s now, and is a brother that leads tours through the pyramids. But his tour is particular. It's not that get off the plane in Cairo shit with they hand you a pamphlet for the regular people. It's the cultivated black man expert, you know, specific one with more locations, and he, you know, it's so I'm down with it, man. Holla. Let's do it.
I'm with it.
That's the only place we ain't been is Egypt.
Wow.
I was listening to
Money B everywhere.
I was listening to Money B and the names that you were dropping. I'm just sitting here thinking, coming up in such an integral part of music, not just hip hop. Like, how was that when you competing with the groups of, you know, like you said, you know, SWVs and all these other, big name groups.
I don't think they were competing because they literally were in their own lane, bro. I don't think there was any competition for them back
then. When I say compete, you know what I mean.
But yeah, I get you.
Well, I mean, it may be hard for some people to fathom, but back then, hip hop was such a small community. Like we supported each other because everybody had their own thing. Like nobody sounded like EPMD, nobody sounded like Kane, nobody sounded like G-Rap, nobody sounded like Public Enemy, nobody sounded like Slick Rick, nobody sounded like Heavy D, nobody sounded like us, nobody sounded like 2 Live Crew. You feel me? Everybody had their own thing. It was different, and we all supported and respected each other's, our little niche that we had carved out in this, small, at the time, small landscape of hip hop. So
that's dope.
There was not much, the competition was probably between record labels. They wanted the sales, but as far as the artists, that were really there for, we all want to make money, but there for the culture as well. We loved everything that we all did.
The only thing y'all niggas was competing for was the girl with the biggest butt and the biggest breasts and the nicest smile in the facility on a daily situational situation.
On a nightly basis.
That was it. I want Shelly. I want Shelly.
Well, no. Check it out though. So we were on the Public Enemy tour, I believe, or it might have been Heavy D was on there. But between us, Kid and Play, and Kwame, and maybe another group, we had a contest. It was like the Batman shirt. So whoever got caught with the worst looking something had to wear the Batman shirt. Now the Batman shirt was a shirt that it had to be worn during the performance. So it was sweaty, stinky, you never washed it. You just had to put on the Batman shirt if you got caught.
Hey, Mun, remember the time, I got a story for y'all. I never get to tell this in interviews. Real quick, we did a show in an Orleans casino in Las Vegas, which we have one coming up in October, right? Or was it November? Something. October. Okay, yeah. So anyways, we did a show and the Yin Yang Twins was on the bill. And after the show, Bone Thug, shout out. And I'm sitting there, I'm having a drink with my guy, Busy Bone. So I'm drunk and I'm over there. And there's that big girl that been eyeing the kid all night. And she was a vibe. You know what I mean? But I wasn't really sure what I was trying to do. So, as that drink had me reconsidering my options, it's getting later and more scarce in the casino. It's getting more scarce. I'm sitting over there by the slot machine off in the cut, like in the cutty, like talking to it like, yeah, so kind of cut, trying to, be out the way, right? I'm trying to be out the way. And my nigga from goddamn, I'm drunk, so I can't remember his name, but my nigga from Yin Yang Twins walked by, and I'm talking to him, and I turn, this nigga's looking at me, he goes, huh? Oh man, that's my nigga, man. Goddamn. Now his prices.
Shout out to MJ Savino. She says she's a Gemini, by the way.
Yeah, we love her. What up, MJ? We love you.
Yeah, love her to death, man. So let me ask you this, Money. For some reason, people tend to think that every city in Los Angeles or in the state of California is LA.
Right.
So a lot of them couldn't decipher that you guys are from the Bay Area and you really had a totally separate movement going on back then.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about that, man. I keep trying to tell people like, Oakland and LA are two totally, like, you can't, you know what I mean?
Well, this is what I try to explain to people, especially on the East Coast. It's like, because they think, I'm in Cali, come pick me up. No matter where, whether I'm in the Bay, they're like, I'm at the Hilton on Sunset. I'm like, dang, I'm in Oakland. Like, they can't put it together. But I try to explain to people on the East Coast that if you start in San Diego or just under San Diego, right, and drive to the top of California, it would take you about at least 22 hours to drive from the bottom of California to the top. So think about that on the East Coast. That's like
that's like from Connecticut to Florida, damn near.
I was gonna say, so yeah, so that's how long California is.
Yeah.
Now, LA and Oakland are only, you know, with today's technology, 6 driving hours from each other. When we were coming up, it used to be 8, but speed limit changed, right? But you know, that's the difference. But just the cultures are just totally different. Like, you know, when I was first getting out there, I tell people, like, you know, the Bay Area had more in common with Chicago or an East Coast city than it did with LA, just because of the way that it's built. You know, like San Francisco is a city like Manhattan is. You can cross the bridges and go into the boroughs of Oakland and Berkeley and Hayward and Richmond and all of that stuff. And even going up to Vallejo, you got to cross another bridge. So that's kind of what the energy was and is in the Bay Area. Now, obviously, you know, in California, we all love each other, right?
Facts.
So it's dope. It's dope wherever you are in California. So there's, you know, LA is dope, but so is the Bay Area, but so is Fresno, right? And so is Humboldt County, if you like weed, right? You don't get no better than that. And you know, if you want to go with the beach, go down to San Diego. It's like, for instance, where I'm at in California, I can look out my backyard and literally in the mountains see Big Bear, and it's snowing in the mountains, right?
Wow.
45 minutes to the snow. I can come back to my house that same day, barbecue in the sun, drive an hour to the beach where Young Hump is, and I could do all that in one day. That's how it is.
It's only a couple places in the world too. That's why Cali's so special, because, you know, we got some things out here, and, you know, on a vibratory, artistic, cultural whoop wop level, you know, it's like, speaking as an LA nigga, you know, with that, I'm drunk, I can't reach it. There you go.
There you go.
I was like flicking. I don't know. I was like, where's it at? Where's my head at? I was gonna say, yeah. It's like we've always looked to the Bay. The Bay just has its own sauce, its own lingo. They got their own dances, their own vibe, just, you know, and it ain't just niggas. It's even just on some like the San Francisco hippie vibe. There's like all these different things that we just on a surface level look at the Bay, but love. Kind of like on a surface level, motherfuckers could look at LA and be like, okay, they got the Crips and the Bloods, they got the, you know, the you know, the super essays out here. You know what I mean? Like we got the, you know, the beach. You know what I mean? So there's the obvious shit that, you know, you look it up in the dictionary that the tourist wrote is going to be there, but the nuances or the particulars that both of these places influence each other. And us being in the hip hop space, it's like it's always been some exclusive, unduplicatable music from the Bay and from LA that have been looking at each other and here and there collaborating. So it's like the marriage. It's almost like having a cousin that's like an hour. It's longer than, you know, but like on a personal level, it's like you having your cousin that's like not that far away from you, but far enough to be on some different shit. But y'all both like understand each other, but still there's a little bit of, you don't know it all, but it makes it kind of like even that much more intriguing. And I think that's the relationship between the Bay and LA. And when you tie in, I mean, especially in my opinion, in the 90s, like, I mean, when Quick, just like Compton, you know, when Poetic Justice came out, the movie with Pac, and Pac is playing an LA nigga in the movie. Oh, we going to Oakland? Oh, let's go to Oakland. And then they throw, I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So, Money B, we have a couple of viewers that are saying that they can't fully hear you. So I don't know if you can like adjust your volume a little bit or move a little bit closer.
Let me try. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let me try something different.
Okay.
You sound good to us. I think that person might.
I'm gonna try a few things. Tell me if it's better or worse.
Okay. While he's doing that, Young Hump, where are you from, bro?
I'm from West LA, man. Born and raised in West Los Angeles. Spent most of my days, you know.
Can you guys hear me now? Is it better or worse?
Sound much better.
That's definitely better. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and if y'all are watching, let us know. Make sure that we can hear. Talk a little bit about West LA, man, and what makes that different than I know what makes West Baltimore different from East Baltimore. So tell me what makes. Not much.
Well, okay, I'll tell you this. Shout out to B More. Shout out to my guy Eric Bigger. I was gonna say one of the things with West LA is like also, the way people define certain areas, right? Like for example, in New York, sometimes people say New York and they just mean Manhattan. Other times they mean the 5 boroughs, the whole state, Hastings, all of that. Okay, Buffalo, you know what I mean? It's like West LA, there's the West LA that's like a small area, kind of like by UCLA and Westwood and, Sawtell and over there by the 405. But then there's like a version or a viewpoint of West LA that's like kind of like west of. I remember asking a couple of my extra city partners like their perspective on it. They was like, "Well, West LA to me is everything west of Crenshaw, north of Slauson, something like that. Like looking at it from a bigger perspective, which is kind of how I look at it. So when I say West LA, I don't mean what might be. It's just like when you say LA and there's parts of LA that are technically Hollywood or technically West Hollywood or technically Century City or Santa Monica, but you say LA, you know what I mean? And so for me, I look at West LA as a little bit bigger. And so, we over there towards, the areas I just mentioned. So to keep it funky, West LA, got the money, you know what I mean? Like the money's on the West side, you know what I mean? That's what that is. And, a lot of the things that come with it, good and bad, but, areas that have money, there's a lot of things to it. But culturally, like a lot of amazing people come in and up out of here and dip in and dip through. You know what I mean? Like Nipsey Hussle went to school in West LA. You know what I mean? And now does that fit into the 10 by 6 mile radius that some people classify as West LA or that stuff. But yeah, where I'm at, man, it's beautiful. It's easy for a brother to find the kind of avocado he's looking for. And we out here, man. I stay, and I think it's good too. Like one of the beauties of me and Money B, the synergy we have is as similar as we are. We also have distinct differences and experiences we draw from different soil, like genetically, and what we tap in with, like the friends that he grew up with, that he tap in with, versus the friends that I like. We have our shared friends, and then we have our grown friends. Like when you grow, you have friends from different places, but everybody has their day ones. So when your day ones are from one place, my day ones are from another place. It's like, as opposed to, we all love a lot of groups where, it's 5 motherfuckers from Bushwick, Brooklyn or something, right? We all love it. But a lot of the illest groups be like from different kind of places, low key. You know what I mean? Cube wasn't from Compton. Right. You feel me? Right. Not all the members of the leaders from the new school are all from Long Island. Right. Not all the members. You know what I mean? So it brings more spices to the pot.
Absolutely. That's a great answer, bro. That's a great answer.
And the group originally, we're all from different places anyway. Originally, like like I said, from Tampa by way of New York. DJ Fuse is originally from Syracuse, New York. My family, is from Philadelphia, right? Master J's Berkeley. His dad was a famous jazz musician. Young Hump, Los Angeles. I mean, we're Pee Wee, Richmond.
Mac, the town.
Mac, town business.
Pee Wee from Richmond. Yeah, Pee Wee. Big up Pee Wee.
Yeah, man. So, I think it's great because we all bring, our own separate experiences.
Right. All of that different energy. All of that different energy.
And that's why you just couldn't put a finger on us like that, because we weren't from just one place that you would say, oh, those niggas, right? Because we all had a little bit of like Young Hump said, we bought a spice from different places. We each had our
And to add to that, another unique thing is like as Humpty Hump said on the song "Good Thing We're Rapping," we were some East Coast niggas headed west. It's like, you know, Shock, Mun, Pac, you know, the three MCs, you know, from digital, like before Cletus Max, you know, and Sophia came in, but at one point the three MCs that were doing the bussing, right? They East Coast dudes who came to the West at different times in their life, right? So then me coming later in the fold, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, but my whole family, like Money B, is from Philadelphia. So I'm a first generation Los Angelino, but a first generation West Coast nigga. So all my grandmother, my aunts, they say water. They don't say water. They say water. They're from Philly.
Oh, they sound like they're from Baltimore.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So, in Baltimore like this.
And so the way I talk, I don't sound like I went to, you know, I'm from 5 generations of Los Angelinos, like, but I hit my R's a certain way. I say open the door. I don't say open the door. I open the door. I don't. That's not how I talk. Right. So I fit in to be the next hump. I fit in because the way I talk reminds the ear of the way Shock spoke. So there were so many other factors, like little things that were like, just damn, and I'm a Virgo, and I'm skinny as fuck, and I like fat girls, and I mean all these little things, like it was just perfect. But you know, the East Coast, West Coast thing is beautiful. Certain cities have their own special relationships. Like LA, in my opinion, has a special relationship with Detroit, and it has a special relationship with Philly. Like if you watch Beverly Hills Cop, what's your man? He's from Detroit. He's wearing that Detroit shit all the time. You watch Boys in the Hood, what's Doughboy wearing? He's wearing a Detroit hat. You know, Magic Johnson's from Michigan. A lot of ill shit is connected. Same thing with Philly. Gangsta rap started by Ice-T is credited to started by Schoolie D, PSK. You know, who was the spark that made the Chronic what it was? Young Gotti, nigga, Philly. So it's like there's all these little things. So me and Money B connecting and fit like it's all written in the stars, man. It's just written. We just hear it. Macta.
That's crazy. So shout outs real quick. Shout out to my co-host Alenia Renee for checking in. Shout out to my girl Candy King. Shout out to my girl Tipsy Fiend, and shout out to my man DJ T Money. I appreciate y'all checking in.
And happy birthday to MJ. Hip Hop Connects. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, girl.
MJ.
Actually, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, because she sent a post saying, there's no business being conducted on Tuesday. She's taking off for her birthday for the first time probably in forever. But nice. Yeah, shout out and happy birthday to my girl MJ. Salute to you, sis. We can't talk and not bring up Pac. You know, I have a lot of memories of not firsthand memories, but 6 degrees of separation memories of Pac and the time that he spent here in Baltimore. I literally probably at least once or twice a month ride past his apartment that he used to have on Greenmount Avenue here in Baltimore. And of course, we all know he attended the Baltimore School of the Arts. And I think everybody knows the story of how, you know, he went through everything that's got him out there to Oakland and, you know, hooked up with Digital Underground. But just talk about how you guys, you know, personally came across Pac and what he meant to the group. I keep forgetting the fact that he was a roadie first. You know what I'm saying? He was literally carrying bags and everything first, and then he ended up dancing and all of that. But just talk a little bit about, you know, Pac and, you know, your memories and everything.
Well, first, I just want to give a shout out to Baltimore for holding Pac down while he was out there.
All the time, bro. He's a legend here.
And you know, I will this, you know, while we're on this platform, that he did speak a lot about Baltimore. I'm not sure how much time, how long he was there, but you know, definitely Baltimore instilled some things in Pac that he carried with him, just like he did everywhere he went, right? Like when we met him, he was living in the jungles in Marin City, which is, I don't know if you want to call it a project, you want to call it a community, whatever it is wild as fuck. But it's about 45 minutes northwest of Oakland, right? And he was just living in a, you know, a very unstable environment, right? I think at the time he was probably sleeping from couch to couch out in Marin. Between then and Santa Rosa with Layla Steinberg, and Ray Love and them, who he was in a group with called Strictly Dope, and Layla was his manager. So, you know, when we met Pac, he was in that group, and they were trying to get on. They got signed by TNT Records, which was the label that we were on, and just through that, you know, we were part of the TNT Records family. So even before Pac was in Digital Underground officially, he was still part of the collective. He was around, right? So when, you know, basically, you in baseball, how you get called up to the big leagues. When he got called up, you know, he was already ready. You know, we were all familiar, and he was ready to go.
That's amazing. So, like,
really, man.
Like, talk a little bit just about, you know, his work ethic and, you know, that grind that he had to go from, you know, what he was doing when you guys met him to that point where he became, you know, the solo artist and everything.
Well, you know, I always tell people that, you know, Pac had his work ethic was unlike anything that I've ever seen or encountered since, right? So think about it. When Pac, you know, came on with us, you know, he was little bro. You feel me? And, you know, and only because we had been out a year before he came, like a year and a half or 2 years, whatever long was. You know, I held that shit over his head for a long time. I like, nigga, I know. So I was like, I'm the guy. But anyway, so because people always be like, well, what was it like being around back then? But the appropriate question would have been, what was it like to be around Money B? You'd have to ask Pac. I wasn't thinking about it like that. But if we stand here in, you know, 2022, Pac is like big bro to me, because just his work ethic and the way that his focus and determination just kind of had to make me rethink how I look at things. You know what I mean? And that's the bar, that's the parameter of when I decide to work with somebody or somebody wants to work with me. I'm thinking in my mind, like, how bad do they want it? Let me see how, you know, are they really about it? You know what I mean? Are they what are they putting into it for themselves? Because I saw firsthand how hard Pac worked to get to where he got. And it was amazing to see, honestly.
And let me add something real quick, because rocking with Money B, you couldn't ask for a realer nigga, you know what I mean, a more solid professional, you know, cat to rock with, especially, you know what I mean, because, like, not to put myself in Pac's shoes, but like he said, Mun was on. By the time the same song video came out, niggas knew who he was around the hip hop community. We just we watching him do his thing again. And by the way, here's this new nigga. Hey, yo, new guy, Tupac, go ahead and rock this. Motherfuckers already knew who Money B was. So me speaking from the perspective of somebody who's, you know, been brought in similarly, so I can understand that, like, Mun is the kind of cat that helps to facilitate so many things to help further your development. You know, a lot of cats would just be like, all right, nigga, whatever, like, you here, good luck. But Mun will give you those gems. Mun will slide you those little heads up, those little tips, pull your coat and be like, hey, blah, 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 and drop you. Even when you think you know some shit, and you be like, nigga, I know what it is. He'd be like, yeah, but let me lay this on you. So that's an important thing. Like, when people understand Tupac's development, you know how they say you finish how you started? It's like he started with a group of, like, super talented brothers, but that was super open-minded and supportive. And to be open-minded is one thing, to be supportive is another thing. And to encourage somebody's development, like the same way Shock gave me all kinds of game and advice and wisdom and tips and freedom, Money B gave me all type of games and advice and tips and freedom. And the same way they gave it to me, they gave it to Pac. You know what I mean? So, like, Pac's development, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like he had his own spirit and he was obviously a fully realized being when he came to them, but you couldn't find brothers that are better to give a younger nigga like some G, like, look, this is some shit that's gonna help you succeed in the game. This is some tips from production to all of that shit, to just knowing how to move. So that's who's sitting over there with that orange shirt on talking to y'all niggas. And to the right of him, picture with this man smiling on the right with the glasses and the checkered nose, that's who that motherfucker is too.
That's dope.
That's so Hump, like for you to step into this role as the young Hump and kind of, you know, you can't fill those shoes, but you know, what
kicks, baby? It's new kicks with the same style. You know what I mean?
That's my
point.
New
kicks with the same style. And I make sure it match what Money B's rocking. You know what I mean? Like we always be matching on stage. We don't even discuss what we gonna wear. We just show up wearing the same shit. But yeah, to answer the question, I mean, you know, man, it's a super honor. It all started with me making efforts to play Shock in the movie. And he saw that I had a little ism to me. And he was like, man, you should rock with Money B. And he threw the idea at Money B. And by the time we got together and made it work, you know, Mun gave me a shot. You know, I mean, he could have just dismissed it, but he gave it a shot. You know, we clicked. It came together lovely. And it's just an honor to be, you know, on a whole other level. Like, I sometimes look at it like if it wasn't me, it's like as Shock G once told me, he said, this is Shock G. He said, quote, I'm not Humpty. You're not Humpty. Humpty Hump is a character that I created, and you can be Humpty Hump just like I can be Humpty Hump. So when he gave me that game, I was like, damn, that's a real way to look at it. So a character of that magnitude, you feel me, being here, still, you know, it's cool that he passed it to somebody that obviously he felt comfortable with leaving it in their hands while he was here to let people know that, you know what I mean? And there's video to prove it of him saying that very much. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm honored that I was chosen to be that dude. And you know what I mean? And aside from the fact it's just hella fun, and me and Mun just be running around just having the most motherfucking fun ever. Like when you see those clips of Tupac saying the most fun he ever had in his life was with Digital Underground, nigga, I'm trying to tell you that nigga knew what the fuck he was talking about. It's hella fun getting on stage performing the same song and all that shit, because the vibration of the music is just fun. And when music, it's like this, you know, when you chilling with your people, and like let's say you be like with some family or something. Let's say you be like you with your family, and like Earth, Wind, and Fire music comes on. Everybody's like, hey, like it just snaps right into a vibe. That's what digital is. Digital's like the hip hop version. I mean, to say it like that, but you get what I'm saying. It just it takes you into that place. So we hit the stage like that place is here now. So we just get to have fun, you know, further spreading and expanding that place and that feeling. It's the fucking funnest shit in the world, man. Funnest shit in the world.
Shout out to New Jack Forever. Y'all know this dude because he's giving y'all a lot of love, man.
Appreciate you, King.
That's family right there. That's family.
Man, also, that's what's up. Appreciate you for checking in, bro.
What up?
So, let's get into some of the new stuff, man. Talk about the new music. I know y'all got a couple of videos that y'all been putting out. Talk a little bit about the new stuff.
I think, you know, Money B Young Hump, what we're doing now is just a continuation of what we've always done. We're being ourselves, and like Hump said, we all about fun, man. We just like to have fun. We like good energy. We like good vibes. You know, we're not here to tell you to go commit a crime or you know, or do anything that will have you in a compromising position. You know what I mean? We just want to keep that good energy going. Now we talk that shit, right? But it's still some good fun shit.
We do it. Money B does, Young Hump does. And that's the shit, because look, there's so much music out here right now that's giving you the opposite vibration. We want to make sure we give you that thing.
You need balance. You need balance. And
Word. You know what?
You got, I'm sorry.
Speaking of that, you know who got a dope album on the low? Is Phife Dawg's new album.
Woo!
If you haven't heard it, go peep it. It's dope. Like and I'm saying, I listened to Method Man, Kendrick, Phife, and it was one more, I think Jack Harlow, all in one night. I just vibe with it. Phife was the one I went back to.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. That's saying a lot, bro. That's saying a lot.
It is.
I heard that one with Dilla, the rest in peace, the one that Dilla did, and it with Reggie Noble and Bust Up Bust Down, and that shit was fire. So yeah, man, salute.
Yeah, peep it. I mean, if you love Fife like we love Fife, it's definitely worth checking out because it's so Fife, right? He's talking, he's explaining shit. It's like he got it off his chest before he got out of here.
Beautiful. That's
and
beautiful.
By the way, people don't know, before Fife passed, he was actually living in the Bay Area. He was in the Bay Area before, at the time that he passed.
And I believe that's the house that he and his wife that appears in the documentary that they did. The one that was directed and produced by Michael Rappaport. I think it's called Beach Rhymes and Life. I believe
seen that.
Yeah, that was a that documentary, man. It touches home for me so much because I hated seeing what they were going through at the time. I hated seeing the fact that they almost came to blows like literally 2 minutes before they were supposed to go on stage.
Oh, they did. Those was blows. Those was blows. They did. The camera didn't catch it, but word it like it was really
okay.
It was,
okay.
I don't think it was like a straight claw. I think it was like a claw, but it was definitely some real shit.
Jostling.
And it was crazy, man, because at that time they were touring on the Rock the Bells Festival, which is a festival that started out in San Bernardino, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And started going, around the country.
15 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, and they we went to those joints, me and my homie here. We went to like 10 straight years of Rock the Bells. And I remember that last time that they were here, you could tell that the energy just wasn't what it was supposed to be on the stage. They were definitely going through some stuff. And, to actually some years later see that documentary be put out and to see all of the stuff that was going on, it was just crazy. I hated to see the way that ended because they are such a legendary group. And, Fife and Tip, they've been together since, elementary school. And it's just sad to see that they couldn't, really make things right. I remember, I think somewhere in the video when or in the documentary, when they put out the last album, which I think was the Love Movement, I think Fife said something to the effect of this should be called the Hate Movement because we ain't have no love for each other.
I think that's the best part about Fife's album is if you want, if you feel like you want closure to the whole thing and this is definitely something that you want. It's part of the catalog. Should be part of the catalog. Because he definitely shares his thoughts.
And he was just a dope MC all together.
Yeah. And the production is lit. I think got like Angela Winbush is on the album, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Angela Winbush. Wow.
Yeah, salute to all the iconic motherfuckers, man.
So and then so segue, right? Talk about the production on that. Well, another thing that I'm proud of is the production on all the Money B Young Hump music that we do. Because I don't know Young Hump if we got one that ain't knocking like that.
Trying to tell you.
I ain't just saying it. Like,
so how is that energy in the studio? Even though I can already kind of imagine, but how's that energy?
Yeah, you already know.
In the studio.
Oh, man, we have a ball, man.
Yeah.
We have a ball. It's like you never know who's gonna catch the vibe first and like set off the concept. But what's crazy is to my knowledge, to my memory, there's never been a situation where like I wanted to go left, he wanted to go right, he wanted to do a song about get money, I wanted to do a song about being depressed in the booth somewhere. Like we always, one of us will catch the concept and just report back to the other one, and it always makes sense. And then it's like it's just whoever catches the vibe first. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like we sitting here and okay, I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you. That's just kind of the vibe, and that shit is fun. But one thing that we always try to do though is we, always try. Some songs it's a little more difficult, but we always try to like usually have two different approaches or perspectives per se, but more like a perspectives to like the verse. So for example, we got a song called Be Cool, and we got a video for it. And my verse is I'm telling the ladies to be cool, like chill, mama. And then Mun's verse, he's telling the niggas to be cool, like chill, nigga. And we have a bunch of songs like that where it'd be like one of us will take a concept and one of us will speak to this. We have a song called Ratchet Love, and Mun is like talking about how much he loved a chick, you know, da 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 da, and I'm kind of snapping on her, you know what I mean, just to have different perspectives. Because sometimes when you hear songs, there be 5 motherfuckers on a song, and they all reiterating, and the first verse might have did it so perfectly that by the time you get to the third verse, you're like, man, like I get it, she's fine, you know, like I get it, you know what I mean? But it's like you want to lay her down in the bedroom, you ready to pay her bill, like I get it, you tricking on her, I get it, you know what I mean? But it's like with us, we try to be like our version. The second verse is like, niggas, you crazy? I ain't that motherfucker. So whatever. But point is, that's one of the things, and it keeps all music spicy and it keeps our music like, you know, like we don't have a song in our discography that by the time you hear it, you're gonna know what you're gonna get by the time the end of it. We always do, because also we've been doing this for a hell of a motherfucking long time. You know what I mean? So like I ain't no nigga started rhyming yesterday. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we work quick and we know how to follow. We know when you know it's dope, you know, like you know, because there have been times where maybe one of us might have a little like, I had an idea on something, like I'm thinking about maybe doing this, and the Mun's like, let's do this. I'm like, that's way doper. So you just run with that. Like we never have, like I said, I don't remember any time. You tell me, you know, when you respond to this, if you remember any differently, but I don't remember any time when we had any like, oh, I want to do this, you want to do that. But sometimes I might have an idea or whatever, and then his idea be better than mine. So we go with what's better, because we ain't really dealing with this. Like Quincy Jones said, the biggest ego in the room is the song. It ain't about you know what I mean? So whatever's the dopest shit, and you know when you season to know what dope is, you got to sometimes let somebody else's idea that's doper take precedence.
That's an amazing answer. It seems like that's a level of creativity that's lost throughout music today. Nobody knows how to step aside and just make the best record. I was just listening to the Sorry Not Sorry, Jay-Z and Nas, and when that song first came out, I kept hearing I kept reading the forums say, you know, they could have came better. I'm like, they did an amazing job. 2 different perspectives and 2 different men, 2 different places in their lives. I think that's how you make an amazing record, man. That was a great answer.
Word, and it all came from just working with Shock G. You know, he kind of opened my eyes to that. Meaning, you know, he was a musician, and he looked at every even the vocals as instruments in his piece, and it wasn't like, you know, here's 8 bars, you know, 4-bar intro, 8-bar this and 4, you know, it was never uniform. He just did whatever he felt, and then if it was he might say, "Mun, I need you to fill out this 5-bar space with something," right? Mm-hmm. And he just let me do what I do, and if he liked it, he kept it. If not, he might chop it up and piece it around. But it was, you know, he never told anybody specifically how to do something. He's just like, here's a space, right? Give me something like this. And then he let the person do what they do. And, you know, it was always a good energy and around the creative process. So, you know, I kind of came up in that sort of environment. So that's just the environment that I'm used to when it comes to recording.
Yeah, you know how sometimes people say, they say shit like, don't want to have too many cooks in the kitchen. Sometimes that statement is thrown out there, but it's the key word that people don't focus on is too many. That doesn't mean 2. Sometimes 4 chefs is required to make that shit that's going to be sitting there on them cooking shows and win the cup. And you're going to be competing with them Peruvian niggas that take potatoes and shrimp and make some shit. You know, it ain't going to just be one guy. But too many is whatever too many is for your situation. So sometimes 2 people or 3 people or 4 people, you know what I mean? Some of the great collabs, EPMD, you know, Mobb Deep with 2 people. Then you get into 3 people, you know, from the Beat Nuts when they had 3 people to to you know, whatever group we talking about, up to four men, leaders of the new, to Public Enemy, where you're getting into 5 and 6, you know, it's not too many, down to the Wu-Tang Clan. It's 9 motherfuckers in the Wu-Tang Clan, and it wasn't too many. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the key, keeping an open mind and incorporating all the flavor.
That's dope. Real quick, because the business side of the game has changed so much, and now, you know, 90% of the music business, or a lot of the music business, I won't put a percentage on it, is based on streaming and everything. How have you guys been able to transition to, you know, probably being at a point where you were selling CDs out of a trunk to, you know, CDs in stores and the retail stuff, to now everything being streaming and social media driven?
Well, you know, I've been around so long, you know, what 22, 20, so this is like my 34th year in the music industry. So I've seen it go from cassettes to DVDs to CDs to this to that to Napster to, you know, whatever it is. So after a while, bro, you just, you know, what I always tell people, you know, as far as digital underground, the only constant to digital underground was change. Inevitably, there's going to be change, and really, that's what music business is. It's going to change. So you just have to be prepared to pivot and rock with it, and use whatever the technology or whatever the platforms are that are available to the best of your advantage. You know, like with streaming, I mean, like I said, when the whole streaming game hit and everything, I wasn't necessarily phased because I had already seen, you know, this is like my 4th iteration of the music business. Okay. You know what I mean? So now, you know, you got where, especially for us, like this song F It Up, which MJ sent you, you know, we're releasing that single as a music NFT, right? Which means that it's going to be tokenized and sold on the blockchain. And that, you know, that's something that just started happening over the past few years. I mean, NFTs have been around, but sort of like for us in hip hop and for the music industry to use it in a way that's advantageous to us is something that I believe that it's going to remain a fixture in our industry. But we'll still use streaming. We'll still use, you know, me and Young Hump, we still press up CDs and sell them at shows. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll beatbox for Money B outside of a CVS, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, man, I keep them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Money.
Look what I got. Boy, that's that sex package.
Wow. Whoa.
Unopened, though. Unopened.
Crucial.
See what I'm saying? You got to keep it. Yeah.
Hey, Money, I'm gonna say this, bro. You don't even look like you're 34 years old. So the fact that you've been in the game for 34 years is freaking mom.
I was 4 when we put our first record out.
I mean, look, the nigga played himself in the movie, and no one could tell. It was him. I said he one of like, I mean, man, the elite alumni of people that played themselves in a biopic stretching past back 25 years. How many people can really say that? Like really though, like just people that play, like Leonardo DiCaprio playing Howard Hughes plays the 17-year-old of him for 5 seconds in the movie, which is weird, but they made it work. But to play yourself when you was like 21, when it was 25 years ago, or whatever the fuck, 30 years, or whenever we made the movie, 27.
Like, bro, they have turntables that don't have needles on them. You know what I mean? Like real, like technique turntables, they don't use needles. It's like, I've seen it all. So nothing surprises me.
Shout out to Super Dave.
You know, vinyl.
All right, so real quick, man, since you brought it up, man, let's get into the F It Up joint that MJ sent me. Talk a little bit about this song and introduce.
Money B snaps on that. Money B snaps on that, by the way. I do my thing, but Mon snaps on that. Yeah.
Well, okay. So the version that you about to play, and you know, in the beginning, in the intro, I said we taking it back to the 9, like it's the 99 of the 2000s, because you remember that was when everybody was making it rain, and everybody was in the club, and just the party. It was all about being excessive. Like everybody was excessive. The music industry was flourishing. Jay-Z and the Hot Boys. Everybody had big chains and big bottles of champagne and giving all their money away to.
Oh, man, Pharoah Monch was getting played on MTV. It was a good time.
Yeah. So we took it back. We took it back there because that's what it was about. So when you hear this record, whatever wad you got in your pocket, sell what you see in your bedroom and just make it rain on yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give it to a stranger. Do it on yourself. Appreciate yourself, right? Because that's what we do. I always tell them I make it rain on me.
No doubt.
All the time. So, it's F it up. You know what it stands for.
Absolutely.
And, we about that life. And whatever you do in life, F it up. Don't do it halfway.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
All right, man. We're gonna get into this joint real quick, man, and we'll be back with more Money B and Young Hump here on Access Granted.
Yes, sir.
Like it's the 99 and 2000s. Yeah.
Booyaka, booyaka. There we go. We back. Audio.
Y'all must have really turned up for this one.
Oh,
something trying to hold y'all down.
We snapped. I told the girl she got the table. I said, you got the table. The table's yours. Players bidding on you like label wars. Your name got a buzz. I say that because you got the peach of all peaches. I'm on it like the fuzz. For those people that don't remember and aren't versed in different slang of the past, the fuzz is a classic slang term for the police. So when I say I'm on it like the fuzz, now we don't liken ourselves to the one time, but we do liken ourselves to anybody that's on something when it comes to what we want. And I want that peach.
That's dope. Man, you guys' energy, man, is just something else. I really appreciate what you're doing in hip hop.
Yeah. Let me run this back real quick. I didn't have the audio set right, and I want to make sure everybody hears this, man.
I was about to say I couldn't hear it.
Yeah,
hey, shout out to the homie Mouse Man out there and be more. That's what I got.
Here we go.
Money B Young Hump, making them back up like it's the 99 and 2000s. Yeah. This all the poppin' ass strip joints. What? Well, I ain't doing the light club. Go, round. Come on. I see you, girl. What up, though? Gonna drop it to the floor, bring it up.
Mercury motherfucking retrograde.
I lost it.
That's that motherfucking Mercury retrograde playing games with niggas. All that is.
I lost it too. I don't even think
Mercury. Mercury, we love you. Matter of fact, Virgos are governed by the planet Mercury. So we good. Let's just let it come on, Sincere. Pull it together.
Yes, we good, man. We good. Because this is gonna make everybody go have to listen to it on their own.
Hey.
Yeah, go listen to that. You watching right now, go support. Like we said earlier in the show, we need balance, and there's nothing like positivity and fun.
Yes. Look at all those platinum and gold records sitting behind Money B. This nigga's a legend. Look at this.
That's hard work, man. That's hard work.
All types of shit. This man is so. His vocals and his production is so disseminated throughout the cosmos. None of us could know. He could never know where his music is at all times. He don't know. He somewhere. He could be somewhere like, you know, like wiping something off the side of his sneaker, and it's a nigga in motherfucking Botswana and a nigga in Vienna. And a motherfucking female in Guatemala, you know,
Guadalajara.
And they all sitting there just marveling at this man's work.
Yes,
like, this man is amazing. And mine is just dealing with making sure that whatever done climbed on the side of his sneakers gets up off of that.
How do you speak to the longevity in the music industry, man?
For me, man, is I kind of spoke about it a second ago. It's like not forcing it, right? And just, you know, because when you start pressing, then that's when it's not fun. It's not enjoyable, right? You just got to do it how you feel. And you know, I have and I always have had such a respect for the culture that, you know, it doesn't bring me down if I'm not making, you know, if this album doesn't sell 1 million copies or whatever. I mean, most of them have, but not. But yeah, man, you know, just is what I do, right? So, you know, here's the thing too, and this is not even on no bullshit. Like, I enjoy listening to me, if that makes sense. So that means that if I like it, it doesn't bum me out if somebody else doesn't like it, because I make music for myself and for anybody who wants to enjoy it. It's like I'm not making it to try to make you love it. I make it because I like doing it, and then whoever wants to come along can come along.
Let me tell y'all a great Money B story. We did a song in Reno. Did I interrupt you? I'm a little intoxicated. Did I interrupt you?
Go ahead. I think I know where you're going. You can tell.
I'm going and I'm off this acai, guarana, and whatever alcohol they done placed it with. And I just know we was in Reno doing this song, and we was writing our verses. It's me, my guy Monk Mandino, and Money B, and produced by our brother Gutter Dash, who's a factor out here. Shout out to Essential Friday. He's a monster. So, anyways, I was gonna say, we over there doing the song, and I finished my verse, and Monk Mandino finished his verse, and Mon was just like taking his time on the little end part. It just took maybe another 20 minutes or something. And I remember this nigga finished his rap, and he just was like, yo, are you ready for some classic Money B shit right now? And I looked at him, and he had never said it like that. And I was like, oh, shit. Yo, that nigga blacked out so hard on that verse. I tell him, like, that's like my top 5 verses of him of all time. Like, he just caught, like, everything you ever loved about him was in that verse, but with a bunch of new shit that you might not have heard, because you might not have heard him on a beat like that, because this was some new shit. My nigga Gutter Dash is pushing the envelope with the production. So the shit was like, it was all that Money B shit, but it was like some new shit, but from the tone of his voice to the punchline, like it was just perfect. I was like, God damn. I was like, how you do that in 20? I think that was 2018. We did that. Like, I'm like, how you just bust some shit like that? But so I just say that publicly. I want motherfuckers to know, because you know it ain't easy to stay that nigga forever and ever and ever for a lot of people. But for Money B, apparently he's found the way, and so he did that.
No, and also, you know, the other thing too is, you know, a lot of people always try to stay on trend or stay, you know, on what's new.
Mhm.
I don't chase the trends or try to sound like whatever the next thing, because you know I sound like me, right? Now I will chase the like Young Hump said, you know, we have producers that push the envelope and I'm always about evolution in music. But as far as me, I don't try to be something else or try to act like I'm catching this new whatever that is. And I think people appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that in my art when I listen to him. You know, like we were just talking about Fife, right? He sounds like Fife. I don't want Fife sounding like Crazy Bone.
Right.
I want Fife to sound like Fife. You know what I mean? Or Kendrick. I don't want the Kendrick twist on Five Dogs record. And I believe that's what people want to hear when they hear it.
And you've always had one of the more distinct voices in hip hop anyway, so there's no point in you even changing your formula. Just continue to do you, man.
Yeah, I just rock out.
So
what you laughing at, Young Hump?
That was the best example. That was the funniest, best one you could have said. Like, I don't want Fife sound like Crazy Bone. Like that was like the only way that would have been funny is if you said, I don't want Too Short to sound like Twister. Like, you know, it was just such a great example of like, because motherfuckers be on that shit nowadays. They catch a vibe and they go, that's what niggas is doing, and then they like try to do that, and especially when it's like a whole different rhythmic, a pocket, like, but super like. You know, so that was a good one. That just made me laugh because I really thought about it for a minute. Like I was, you know, I'm drunk, so I was really going there.
Yeah, you know, a perfect example. And it's a friend of mine who's he's a known rapper. I'm gonna leave his name out of it, but we were having a conversation, and he was like, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, I said, you wearing some real tight jeans with holes in them, you just look like an old nigga with tight jeans and holes in them. It don't make you look younger. It just make you look like an old nigga with tight jeans with holes in them. Like your jeans is not gonna make you 20 years younger.
That's real. Because everything
people look.
Huh?
That's a t-shirt. Your jeans ain't gonna make you 20 years younger.
Yeah. And you know, let me add on that. Let me big up Mud, because one thing I love about Money B is he listened to the new shit and the old shit. Like you got some cats that like are so focused on like, I gotta stay with the new shit. I can't be perceived as an old nigga. So they just only pay attention to the new shit. They only dress in the new shit. You'll see some older niggas that like pull up and they just looking way brand new, like they 19 with they fit, and all they got coming out of their car is like an 18-year-old nigga who ain't talking about nothing. You like, nigga, you a grown nigga with a business. Like you a girl, like you ain't listening to nobody that's got no game in their music. You listen to these young, confused, stupid niggas. No disrespect to the smart, young, brilliant niggas, but there's some confused, young, stupid niggas. And it just feel like they just pushing the line to not be like perceived as out of what's new so hard that they miss the gym. And that's one thing I love about Mud is like he just said. He said he listened to Kendrick and Method Man and Fife and Jack Harlow on the same day.
That's a spectrum.
How many motherfuckers could say that on the planet Earth? They listen. That ain't DJs that have to do it. You know what I mean? Money B.
I think that goes back to when you were saying that he has no problem on bringing someone under his wing and teaching them. When you have an ear out for the younger generation, that lets me know at least that you're an individual that I could come to if I had a question, because you've been through it, you've seen it all, and you know you look out for the individuals that come from beyond the youth, and that's really dope. That's OG status in the game.
Yeah, and I'm super supportive of the younger movement as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't judge it because, you know, I always tell people, like, I didn't make my music when I was younger for my mom to understand. She didn't understand it, but she wasn't supposed to understand. Right. So if it's some young cats that's making music that I don't understand, or maybe I just don't get with, that doesn't mean that it's not great. It's just because they didn't make it for me. But if they want game, if they want information that I can share with them about, you know, some things that they can look for, expect, or how they can expand or add some of, you know, the flavor that we had to something new, you know, I'm gonna share it, right? Because me keeping it to myself is not gonna get me anywhere. And it's not gonna stop them either, right? So, you know, people say, you know, if you stop somebody from getting something, doesn't mean you're gonna get it, right? So why do that? Like, and I think that, you know, that's one of the things between the older generation and the younger generation is that, you know, there's this divide, right? Where, you know, the OGs is like, man, y'all don't know we made this da da da. But the younger cats, they want to know about it, but they also want to be respected, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we have to respect these young cats that are making this music. It might not be for us, but respect them, right? And then they'll respect us and vice versa, and stop trying to say this is better than this. It's just different, right? And let's find a way where we appreciate each other's shit.
I think a lot of the older cats in hip hop forgot that they used to be the younger cats in hip hop.
Yeah, and I always I say that, and then also express to the younger cats that you can't stop from getting older, right? So watch what you say, because you're gonna be that old nigga too eventually.
I never understand how they continuously call people old. I always look at it from the perspective that you should want to be around 25 years from now.
Yeah, always, yes. And always niggas be like, you know, niggas say you're old ass. I was like, I'd rather be an old rapper than an old janitor that used to rap. Right. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you can call me an old rapper means that I'm still rocking.
Right. And unfortunately, hip hop seems to be the only generation that does that, because I don't hear anybody telling Guns N' Roses at about the age of 85 right now that they should stop making music and need. We
don't tell doctors or lawyers they can't practice at a certain age. We don't tell the artist you can't draw or paint anymore once you get 65. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
it's the only genre. It's the only genre that does that. So
we all need to elevate our mindset and open-mindedness. Absolutely. All of us, myself.
Yeah, and I'm quick to tell motherfuckers that, you know, that always talk about, back in the day, I was like, nigga, it was whack rappers back when we was coming out. Don't act like everything was dope. It was, you feel me? Just like it's whack rappers now, but it was whack rappers back then.
Exactly.
But that's the thing.
I knew a few of them.
So that's like the fine line right there. So it's like you want to walk that tightrope and respect where everybody is coming from. But me myself, growing up in the 90s, hearing, like, I could turn on, and Young Hump, you can contest to this, you could turn on the radio and hear Method Man, Nas, Lauryn Hill, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, and that was your radio. Like, that was all at the same time. So it's hard sometimes turn on the radio now. You know,
you want to trip out, Google hip hop albums that came out in 1988. Gotcha. You'll freak out.
Or
these albums came out in 1 year.
Or 1991. 1991's a monster. That shit is a fool. 91 is a fucking 91. 88, I know 88, but 91, nigga. 91 is like the first album from like almost everybody that's everything now.
Hold up, man. Hey, man, what year did you say? Did you say 98 or 88?
I said 88.
88. The first ones that come to mind already is Public Enemy, NWA, Big Daddy Kane, EPMD. Like off rip. That's the Boogie Down Productions, Jungle Brothers, Slick Rick, Eric B, Rakim, Run DMC, Eazy-E. Oh my gosh, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
So just to run down a few of them: Long Live the King, Straight Outta Compton, Strictly Business, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, By All Means Necessary, He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick, Born to Wild, Act the Fool, Salt with a Deadly Pepper, Life is Too Short. And I'm gonna stop there.
Let me hit y'all real quick.
Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock.
Oh my! Let me hit you with that. Let me hit you with that Born Knowledge 1991. Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped. Ice-T, Original Gangster. Death Certificate by Cube, which is tied for my favorite album, but I still say on public record, I think it's the best rap album ever. I said it, and I mean it. I'm not drunk. I'm saying Death Certificate, song for song. DJ Quick's first album, Quick is the name. Dale the Funky Homo Sapiens' first album. Tupac's first album.
Black Sheep's first album.
Come on, Mr. Scarface is back. Apocalypse Now by P.E. Daylight, Cypress Hill's first album.
The Low End Theory.
Life, is dead.
Zagging.
Young Hump.
Naughty by Nature. Shout out to Big Stretch and Vin Rock. Slick Rick. Nice and smooth. Smooth. Low End Theory. Yeah. Huh? What?
The Juice soundtrack.
Sons of the motherfucking P. Hold up. Sons of the P. Digital Underground was not
Live from the Styly Tribe.
That part. Come on, talk about it, God. The Juice soundtrack.
I said Juice, but I missed that, man. I missed that.
Yeah, I'm
saying a damn thing changed by Dub C and
I only say that to say is like all those albums came out in those years. And, like nowadays, we search to find 10 great albums in a year. It was like 50 classic albums released in those years. And I'd
like to just add one more quick one. Words from the Genius, which was the first official Wu-Tang release, which subsequently led to our brother, Easy Mo B, single-handedly producing an entire Miles Davis record because Miles Davis heard what he did for the Jizza and said, "Can you do that shit for me?" And Easy Mo B said, "Yeah," and that's that. So that's what that year was bringing forth.
Oh yeah, somebody said, "Al Shore, Tony, bro."
WC in the Mad Circle, but come on, man, let's get back to Bushwick Bill, the Ghetto Boys. Come on, man. Bushwick Bill popped off with the eyeball, like, nigga, we the illest niggas. We can't be stopped. You know what I mean? We can't be stopped. Eyeball hanging out. We still at the studio. Bushwick, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Oh, man, Scarface about to
crazy when you think about it, man. That's all in 1 year.
About the what?
Yeah. He's talking 1 year.
Scarface is doing his farewell tour this year.
Ooh, we pulling up.
This summer.
We pulling up.
Scarface. So before I let you guys get out of here, man. And MJ said Onyx. Hello.
Onyx.
Who just dropped the dope album, by the way. That's
a fact. Big up to Fred and Stick. That's our niggas.
It is the diversion.
Girl Pudding for checking in. So we got a young brother here, my man Sincere. He's been penning for a long time, but I think at this point he's got some stuff, man, that's really, I think, ready to just demolish a lot of the stuff that I hear.
Kick some shit, God.
So say that again.
I said kick some shit, God.
Let's go, Sin.
Let me hear something.
Let's go, Sin. And if you want, you can kick the joint that you kicked on the acapellas and acoustics joint.
No, I got you.
Hey, me and Mun's gonna follow it, but you gonna set it off.
My man. That's the cipher right there. Let's see, policies implemented by politicians drive a thriving system that's designed to keep poverty in existence. As long as we at the bottom mentally and our mentality is victim will forever be succumb to these conditions. I'm sorry if I'm preaching, but my people need assistance. Lord, teach them. It's a better way. Let's show them something different. I know I'm blessed and I'm gifted. My destiny was to script this and give it to the world to deliver them from a sickness. Misprints of facts of history been contradicting blacks is unintelligent without a drop of evidence. So I address the elephant. Our kings and queens so eloquent, captured to be enslaved and taking out their elements. Now in theory, as time passes, our past is indefinite. And the fact that we once ruled is irrelevant. Such a devilish influence. Who's responsible for this illusion? Time to conquer the confusion. Televise the revolution. Sincere.
Ooh, yeah, Sincere. That's what's up, guys.
Hold up. No disrespect, Sin. I need more, bro. I need more, bro.
Listen, I got you.
He ain't teaching on everything, but he teaching on everything.
I thank God for the dark. It sharp in my thoughts and not hard in my heart. Now light from living life all in my art. Please pardon my talk. This convo of that cloth for different language. Some people profit sent some images. Some are prophets just sent to paint it. So many victims slain, blood on flowers grown from the concrete. Our children's minds inclined to believe their dreams are beyond reach. Exposed to hatred so young, love ain't been introduced yet. Their pupils see more funerals than schools where pupils do best. Police are now the new news, but the truth is not a new threat. My people been battered and bruised by the boys in blue. This isn't a new stress. Society schemes divided from kings. Our lineage lost in the sea. Shackled and chained. Freedom was won. We mentally scarred, so shackles remain. How do we heal? Building from bondage, I honestly struggled to searching for change. Working while purposely pushing my pen. Venting for those who be hurting the same. Together we strong. The vision is weak. Maybe the answers found in our peace. I'm sorry, not sorry for building us up. Sorry, not sorry for healing our streets. I'm seriously contemplating having conversations with the blood and crippin' ass and why they banging. Showing pictures of our brothers' lifeless bodies because of colors why he proudly hanging. Pull him down, who console his father? When he hit the ground, who gonna heal his mother? Same question that I ask myself when I see the news and y'all done killed each other. Not sorry.
Ooh.
Fire.
Hey, what I wanted to tell you, I love how you ended the first verse sincere. I'm just in the zone. I was like, nigga, every verse you pick at the end, you should just be like sincere. That shit was hard. That's just kind of hard, like L's signature. Like niggas be looking their whole career for like a fly little thing that could be their shit. I mean, you got motherfuckers making sounds, and little shit. You could be like da sincere, and it's dope because sincere means what it means. So that's just dope.
He did a joint. He did a joint for me one time. I got this segment called Acapellas and Acoustics where I let them come up and rock, and he hit this joint and he was chilling and he just said, "That's light," and that's how he ended it. That's light. I was hoping I got that. And since we probably don't F with it, I probably only sell a bit. I was waiting for that line, bro. I was waiting for that line.
I got you.
Good.
I'm working.
It's all good. But I just want, Hump and Mon, man, to just give some advice to those that are trying to get out there. You know, times are different now than when you guys started. But what advice would you give the people that are really trying to, get in this game and make a difference like my man Sent?
I would start by just saying what I've always said is believe in you first, right? And do it for yourself. And I tell people, my analogy is, if you are a rapper that raps about gay vampires, right? There's an audience that wants to hear rap about gay vampires. So just keep doing that and you'll find your audience. So don't change. And I'm saying that to say, like, right, do whatever it is that you express yourself in the way that you want. Don't go looking for your audience. Just express yourself, and your audience will find you. I believe.
That's dope.
I feel you, and I will add to that, and then throw a perspective to that adds to that is in the same regard. Like he said, don't just let other people, or perception of other people take you away from who you are, but at the same time, make sure to listen to those little tidbits that a motherfucker like might give you, whether it's an OG or whether it's because like me personally, there have been times in the past where I might have been trying to prove a point that later I didn't feel needed to be proved, and I might have like took an L on the song. Like this one song in particular, it was a real West Coast sounding beat, like uber old West Coast shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come with some other styles on it to be different. And I ain't really like achieved what I'd hoped for on the song. When you listen to it now, it sounded like a nigga who didn't really know how to ride that kind of beat. Like it could have been, and I know how to ride that kind of motherfucker, but I was just trying to do something different. So sometimes, like, 'cause one of my dudes heard it and he was like, yeah, like, I see what you're doing, but like, you could kind of like get on it a certain way. And so sometimes it might just be a song or advice for something, so speaking to upcoming artists, it might be like somebody might give you a little advice on a hook or something. Like a nigga might be screaming on a hook and they might be like, you might have to be so aggressive on the hook or be so, whatever, something like that. So to compliment what Mun's saying is like, do you believe in yourself and don't let nobody reconfigure who you are, but simultaneously don't take don't be too rigid and too unwavering in your approach to listening to perspectives regarding moments, because a moment is not who you are. Like me and Money B could get on a song and go dumb, or we could get on a song and go real serious business on you. And depending on, you know, it's like, so if let's say I heard a song and I was thinking to go here, and Mom was like, yo, but we can hit him like this on this song. And I'm like, I hear you. You know what I mean? Certain things like that, you know, that's part of the game. So it's like, you got to keep true to who you are, but just don't be afraid to listen to some things, because sometimes people be having a little vision. Like I said, in the situation, I thought I was Mr. Style Master, was going to teach niggas that we can style differently on beats to sound a certain way, but I ain't even get it off. When I listen to the song now, it makes me low-key cringe, because I'm like, damn, I could have freestyled on that shit and just hit the pocket tough from top to bottom, but I was trying to be on some Willie raps, you know, extra shit. And so, you know, so it's a balance. So you gotta, and that's the ultimate jewel, is to balance your own shit. But we are in this world, that this world has things. And, you know, if you want people to appreciate what you do, you know what I mean, you have, you know, a little, the streets talk, and the streets know some shit. You know what I mean? So sometimes we got to listen to it. But like Mun said, to make sure to never to betray who you are or seek another nigga's lane, because other motherfuckers, like, I'm not a Griselda nigga, so I love them boys to death, but I'm not coming with the packs and the goddamn jail history. That's not me. So it's like, I can't. Now, if you throw on one of those beats, some slow, grimy beats, I'm gonna go off on it because I do this, but I'm not gonna be suddenly trying to be Mr. Tough Guy on the motherfucker. Like, I'm gonna say what I say. And, you know, but it took me a long time. I remember when I'm rambling. But anyways, point that I'm just saying is, you know, like, to add to Mun's point, you can rap on a certain type of beat or to get on a certain type of song without trying to be another motherfucker to fit in. You know what I mean? Don't change who you are to fit in.
Yeah, just stay dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's funny, because people, and I get this all the time, right? People want to do songs with me, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, I got this song, man. It's Freaks of the Industry Part 2." They always want me to talk about sex and girls, right? And it's not that I can only talk about sex and girls. It's just you liked
right
when I did it because I said it dope. But whatever I talk about, I'm gonna say it dope. It's just that you just heard, you know, you just chose to have me talk about, you know, these girls and freaking in these situations. With experience, I can talk about what I know, right? So I can talk about that. But I also have experiences of being broke and trying to pay my rent. I have experiences of being chased by the police. I have a
What's up with the love?
I have a life of experiences that I could share, but because people remember me from the industry, they only want me to talk about that. But I'm like, I can talk about anything and be dope because I write dope.
That's a fact.
Just so I'm saying that to you, Sincere. Just stay dope, right? And yourself. And then also when you make music, you know, and Young Hump will attest to this, is that we make music, and when we release it, you'll never know what year we made it, because music is timeless, right? So that's why I have no problem making music and just sitting on it until I decide that it's time for it to come out, because I feel like when we made it, it was solid enough to stand on its own whenever it comes out, because I'm not chasing the trend. So when we put it out, it's not going to sound like 2015 trend, because we make it for us, right? So whether we put it out 2022 or 2028, it's just going to sound like Money B Young Hump. It's not going to sound like Migos or whoever is the hot nigga right now, you know.
And another thing too is MJ was talking about me fucking with my foot, right? Put your foot on these niggas' necks. Let these motherfuckers, yo. There was a time where I foolishly would get on songs with niggas that I was superior to and be like, well, let me take it light on the nigga. I don't want to blow this nigga off the track. and shit. And then I fuck around and would give like a lighter version of my repertoire. And then somebody else might hear the song and be like, he dope, but not like, damn, that nigga snaps. And then it's like, so for example, one of the beauties of me and Mun is the best shit. There's songs where both of us have bodied the other one. Like, it's incredible. Like, I always say that nigga bodied me on Be Cool, and I feel like I bodied him on wah, 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 wah. But you know, I don't even know, but it's something. So the point is, that's like a
Yes.
that keeps the juices flowing and shit. Niggas have to go in. And that, I mean, it's the same shit with all the great duos. It's songs that one motherfucker, you know, got busy off on harder than another motherfucker, and that keep the shit the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Right. It's supposed to be like that.
It goes back to when we were talking about same song, right? Hip hop competing to see who's worse, and the fact that you know, a lot of people will say Pac's verse was way better. That's fine because I know my verse was dope. So if his is doper than mine, that means the song is super dope.
The song, right?
And that's what it was. So same thing with me and Young Hump. If I'll tell him, I'll be like, bro, you killed that one, right? But that doesn't lessen what I did. I still know that I snapped on it, but he just bodied it that time.
Like that song I mentioned earlier, the song that he was like, you ready for some classic shit? He bodied me and my nigga on that shit. My man Monk, like, he just blew us the fuck up. But he came on it last, pause. And I was gonna say, he sure did, though. That nigga got on that thing, and it was like, y'all niggas did your thing. That's very nice. But let me show you the professionals arrived and just came in there, just the whole shit. And that's the beauty, because that also too is like, man, look, somebody was on Twitter talking about, has anybody ever like matched Pharoah Monch on a song they was on? I was like, nigga. I was like, there's a song called Metal Things featuring the nigga FT who bodied Pharoah Monch on that shit. Now, that don't sound right. The who bodied nigga Metal Things featuring Pharoah Monch and OC, the nigga who rapped last, you ain't gonna tell me that nigga didn't body everybody. He bodied OC and Pharoah Monch. And he ain't a nigga.
Don't sleep on Prince Bo on the Organized records.
That part. Right. But you know what I mean?
I love it. Y'all just dropping jewels, man. And I wasn't gonna play this video, man, because YouTube and Facebook be tripping sometime. But I love the vibe of this video so much that if they want to go ahead and mute it, they can mute it. But I want to get into this. I definitely want to get into this Be Cool video right now. So we're gonna step aside real quick.
I snapped on that one.
Yeah, you did.
I got busy. But fun, like when you hear me rap, you like a motherfucker hits me like, oh, he's being nice to his OG. Like he's saying he killed the shit. Wait till Mun's rap. When Mun start talking about his cousins and all them, like nigga, that when you gonna hit, he killed me on that shit. That's a fact.
Here we go. Let's go.
Let's get the audio up. Filmed in Budapest.
Look, this motherfucker needs to really relax. So we stop playing so much games, especially niggas. We don't want to hear that shit.
Y'all can hear?
Why you try to touch my nose? I don't really trust you hoes. It's nutty how shit goes. It shows those my motherfucking clothes. You's a little punk bitch. Me, I'm on my French shit. Stranger trying to touch my hair? No, that's some pimp shit. Take your ass around the block, come back, and we can try again. That shit still applying when a chick's a perfect dime of 10. Still gotta have a breath fresh. Try to get up in my face, get out my face. Hit that right A, mouthwash or high on 4. If you ain't got good deodorant, what you trying to get wild for? You need to quit yippity yapping, kick back and smile more. Just kick it, stop, pressing, stressing, shit could change, baby. It's okay, you on your way, just stay in your lane, baby. Take it easy. You need to learn how to be cool.
Just be cool, baby. Just be cool.
I said you need to learn how to be cool.
Just be cool, baby.
Just be cool, baby.
Playboy, why you keep stressing me, bro? I know you really want the recipe. Wanna hang school bitches like a bowl of ice. Cream, you dream about living my life. Talking about what's up, player. Try to soak up my flavor. Think again, homie wasn't in the gym when I was shooting free throws and layups. Smiling in my face like you was there. Hanging from a dick like a pubic hair. Wanna fit in my circle, try to use a square. Boy, I'm wet like scuba gear. Every one of my cousins got a mixtape bust. Plus all my bitches be bustin'. How the hate feel like I'ma get a deal for somebody who ain't family or fucking. Keep your corny ass links, I'm a deal. I don't wanna see it. Nah, we in 2 different leagues, you overseas, I'm NBA, you all in my favor. All I can tell you is learn my pay schedule and run my cash, old funny ass nigga. Then you can stand by, old buddy pass nigga.
You need to learn how to be cool.
Just be cool, player. Just be cool.
I say you need to learn how to be
just
cool,
player.
Just be cool, player.
Yeah, Mun snapped on that shit.
Yeah, y'all boys did that.
That nigga said, on the front like you was there. All over my dick like pubic hair. Boy, I'm wet like scuba gear. Every one of my cousins got a mixtape busting. Plus all of my bitches be busted. Come on, man. Come on, man. That is not on Kendrick's new album or Method Man or Phife or Jack Harlow or Future's new record.
That's dope.
Run my cash, old funny ass nigga. Or you can stand by, old buddy pass nigga.
I had a bullshit. I don't know what I was doing with my beard in 2019. I was on some abstract weirdo shit, and I needed a tan. You see the nigga been in I watched that video and immediately got back in the sun. I wasn't even a light-skinned nigga in that video. I was looking like a fucking banana.
Like Bert. You look like Bert.
So this is how I know it's dope. So
that was dope.
Me and Sin, we attend the same church, and my pastor's on Facebook. And he just said he's feeling this joint. So the pastor.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Thank you for the word. Thank you for the
Lord.
word.
Thank you, Lord.
Shout out to Uncle Pastor.
All the game with the word.
Hey man, bro, I don't have enough words to express, man, how appreciative I am for you guys, man. This whole digital underground movement, and now Young Hump and Money B. Bro, I appreciate you guys so much for what you're doing, for just continuing to just be here and just to keep elevating and keep, you know what I'm saying, providing us with this great music, man. I really appreciate you guys, bro. If y'all are ever in the DMV area, I need to know about it.
We will be.
Because I need to take a road trip.
Yep.
I need to take a road trip for real, man.
That's Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware, right?
No,
DC, man.
DC, Maryland, Virginia, man.
I know about it. I got
when
family
you get
out
shot,
there.
you say that around. Nah, I'm just playing. But no, DC, Maryland, Virginia. But the great thing about it is we're 30 minutes from Delaware, depending on what part you're going to. Hour and a half from Philly. Like we
doing Newark July 21st. We're gonna see MJ there. We got big hugs for the birthday girl. Yeah, so Newark, I don't know how far Newark is from you. We're gonna be out there on July 21st.
It's about 2 hours. I was just up in
Newark. I know we'll be out there soon. So
yeah, bro. I would definitely love, man, to just come out and see you guys. Oh shoot, he putting the whole tour itinerary up there. Yeah, whatever that say. You see, I got on reading glasses. Come on, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are actually government launch codes, so delete this after I post. If you post it live, just
Well, absolutely. Like I know it's almost time. My wife gonna kill me.
Yeah, definitely.
Making dinner.
Definitely.
But tap in with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm at MoneyB69 on Twitter and Instagram. At Young Hump, DU for Digital Underground for Young Hump. Check out the Money B Young Hump YouTube channel for all the new videos. Check out the Going Way Back show. If you want some hip hop history, check us out there. The Digital Underground Facebook fan page on Facebook. So there are moneybeingyounghump.com. And I'm just giving you all this information because just tap in with us we're always talking about what we're going to be next. You know what I mean? So if
bro, I appreciate you guys, man. Again, giving you your flowers while you're here, bro. That's important to me, man. I so appreciate and love you guys for everything that you've done. He's just Young Hump is just he's just
That's what type of time I'm on right now.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, wow, man.
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get out of here, man. Again, I definitely appreciate you, brothers, man. Again, shout out to MJ Savino, man, for the connect. I appreciate you so much, sis. I love you so much.
Love you.
That you do for us. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, man. Damn, that's that classic Buster right there too. Money, I appreciate you guys, man. Continue to just keep pushing the culture forward, man, because that's what you guys are doing. And I love you guys. And I appreciate you guys for it.
I love your brothers too, man. Mr. Antoine Sincere, my brothers for life. We're going to see you in July.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Stay on for a minute, bro.
I got
you,
sir.
All right, bro.
Be blessed, brothers.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Hey, man.
What's up, bro?
I gave you a chance to rock in front of some legends, bro. That's
man.
Bro. Stuff works out the way that they do for a reason, man.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that. So for anybody watching, you know, you speak things, you speak life, you speak things into existence. So it's funny because, you know, Key birthday is the 1st of January. So this year we sat together on New Year's Eve and we made a vision board as a family, right?
I love that, bro.
So when you come into my living room, you see our family's vision board. Everybody put something on there. You know, my little corner, only thing I put, and this is how I could, mind you, I was still at NVA up until March. I put IT job, school, and the music. That's all I put on there. And everything is starting to go. It's crazy.
So it's falling into place. Yeah. And I'm the last person to get on here and get preachy, but I feel like God has a purpose for all of us, bro.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes we just got to sit back, you know what I mean? And just, you know, you pray about it, you put it out there, and then you just sit back and watch them work. And that's what you're doing, bro. You watching it work. Like for the last 2 weeks, bro, unbeknownst to you, because you had no idea that you were actually going to be sharing the screen with 2 people from 2 legendary hip hop groups,
crazy,
bro.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? And
legendary.
I love my sister, Alenia Renee. It's the reason her computer was broke today. You know what I'm saying? So that you could be up here and share this moment, bro. So I just pray that you take that little bit of knowledge and those nuggets that they gave you, man, and just take that and continue to press forward.
I appreciate the platform, King.
Shout out to Pastor Phil, bro. I don't know what happened at Times Square. Don't want to know.
Oh man, listen, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing.
Hey, but real quick, man, while I got people on here, I do want to reiterate something that we both posted earlier. I have a family that recently lost everything in a fire, and I'm in the process of, you know, taking in some donations financially, clothes-wise. Shout out to my sister Erica Qualls from VLF Nation. She's really about to bless this family, so I salute her. But you know, God puts us in these positions so that we can be a blessing to others.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching now, go to my Facebook page. I have the sizes. I have the Cash App if you want to donate financially. Like every time something like this happens, bro, God just puts it on my heart to just put it out there to help. And we get a little discouraged when we don't get the, you know, the feedback that we want. But like you said earlier, bro, like nobody was hurt in that fire. You know what I mean? And as long as we continue to just do what we're supposed to do, everything's going to be okay. And I'm saying that because I don't want you to be discouraged, you know, about the not getting the responses that you wanted, you know.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's not the fact that I'm discouraged. It's more so It's funny. Our first lady just preached on, putting your trust in people first, which I do. You got my trust from the door. It's up to you to lose it. Now, in saying that, for anybody watching me that's on my friends list, don't ask me about no Luka Doncic. Don't ask me about no Steph Curry, because the first thing that's gonna come out my mind. So, did you see my post? Because that's where I'm at. I was more disappointed, and people were acting like they ain't see their phones when you check your phone any other time.
Right. And it's crazy that you said that, bro, because I remember putting up, and it's been about a year ago, because I remember Facebook Memories showed it recently. I put up a joke, because everybody that knows me knows I'm a Jay-Z fan for life.
Oh yeah.
And I put up a picture of Jay-Z with the wild hair, and I said that he was looking like your boy Marlon Wayans and Don't Be a Menace to South Central, And bro, the reaction for that was I should have went viral with that. You know what I'm saying?
The craziest thing,
bro, I put up a post, not to cut you, but then today, and yesterday we putting up posts trying to provide and be a blessing for a family that lost everything in a fire, and it's crickets. You know what I'm saying? But we good. That family's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? And again, shout out to Sister Erica, because I got 2 boxes I got to go pick up from her tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I got a couple $100 sitting in my Cash App right now that I got to go get. Well, not go get, but I'm gonna go and probably put it on a gift card. But that family's gonna be blessed regardless, bro.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be good.
All we have to do is do our part, no matter how big or how small.
Say that.
As long as we do our part.
Say that. That's the most important.
Yeah.
When God lays something on your heart, don't just say, what, it's not my place. It's always your place.
It's always our place.
It's always your place.
It's always our place, man. And that's why we go out on Saturday mornings once a month, and go down and, be a blessing. Maybe we are. It's good, bro. But I can't wait to bring you back for your interview and your album and all that, bro. I can't wait, man. I'm really looking forward to it, bro. Again, I appreciate you, man, because I know I hit you up at like 45 minutes before the show, but I appreciate you for just, for just being available. And yeah, man, and you connected with 2 legends tonight, bro. So
yeah, that's dope, man.
Here,
that's dope.
Even if you just take a little bit of what they said and take it back to your next studio session,
Oh, for sure. And it's crazy. I don't know if I can, a little plug, shameless plug, but shout out to Profit Productions. Last time I was in there, I was talking to the producer Dave, and he said the same thing. He said, as long as you can take criticism, he said you can take this wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
So I've always been one for criticism, and not even criticism, just input.
Just input. Right? Because it's not always criticism, right? Yeah. It's not always criticism.
Yeah. Input.
And even if it is, as long as it's constructive criticism, it's something that you can take and make you better in your art. It's all good.
That's it.
It's all good. And speaking of our Uncle Pastor, because he's still on here, June the 7th. Make sure y'all tune in. That's the month that Victorious Living Faith Ministries will be celebrating. And Uncle Phil gonna be up here, and I'm gonna get all in his business, bro. I got some stuff on Uncle Phil that he don't even know. I got videos he don't even know about, bro.
Get him some wings, bro. Payback.
I got videos that he don't even know about, bro. This gonna be access granted / TMZ, but I have his wife coming on in the beginning of the show with him, because I have something that I want to talk to them about personally. But, at the end of the day, it's all about Pastor Phil. It's all about Victorious Living Faith and, the anniversary and everything. And I can't thank them enough, man. I hope you guys can tune in.
Yes,
it's going to be real that day, man. And we're going to celebrate.
Yes, Lord.
We're going to celebrate. Shout out to my VLF family, man. We got to think of a gang sound like VL.
We thought
sign, but you know what I mean. We got
to be careful out there. My man,
VL
backwards.
So that's the VL right there. We got to figure out how to put the F in there some kind of way.
That's dope.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. I love you like a play cousin, man.
Love you too, King.
Bro, I can't wait
It's time.
I can't
It's time,
wait.
Bro,
you've been pulling me up in church parking lots for like 4 years now, bro. I can't wait.
Listen, man. People always told me put my life into my music. It's funny that my pains contain for your amusement. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yo, you hit me with something about I ain't let it linger, so I put a ring on her finger joint when we was down at the
Yeah.
I salute you, bro. I appreciate you, man, and love always, man. Thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight. I will actually be back this Wednesday. Gosh, man, time just goes so fast. My girl Civ Jones will be in the building Wednesday. It's going to be an amazing show. And then I'll be back again Friday. My man Akil Mazan is going to be this week's featured artist on acapellas and acoustics. Going to be amazing. And I'll be back again next Monday. I just got a lot going on, man. Shout out to my man DJ Diamond K from Radio on Fire and On Fire TV. You can now officially find all of our shows on Fire TV. And I know it's a lot of people that's going to come back and say, well, why are you spinning the block and going back to On Fire TV / Radio on Fire? Because God has a plan. God has a bigger vision for the streaming of this show. And it starts right there, man. So, be looking at, all of my social media as I begin to promote that. He hit me officially yesterday and told me that everything was ready. I'm looking forward to it, man. So on that note, man, I'm going to get out of here because I know everybody got to go back to their families. Saying I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
I can't wait to get you up here for a full show, bro. I can't wait because we got so much to talk about. And I still have the hip-hop roundtable.
Okay.
Coming in July that I'm going to invite you. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate everybody, man. Uncle Pastor, Uncle Phil. We love you, bro.
One time.
This dude is funny, man. Phil. We're not your ordinary. And I'll leave it at that. All right, man. On that note, I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. I will see you guys on Wednesday night. Thank you for tuning in. Access granted. Mr. Antoine, my man, sincere. We love you, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.